Super chat, Dan. Appreciate you. All right, let's get back to the practice updates. This is exciting stuff. Rich Rosa over on Twitter said tight end Tucker Kraft just had an insane one-handed catch during red zone offense work, day 12 of training camp in Green Bay. And I think we've actually got that clip, unless our boy Tucker Kraft actually made 2 one-handed grabs. But you guys tell me what you think here. This came from our buddy Baz, who tweeted this out over on X. So you're going to notice here, and it is zoomed out a little bit, Tucker's going to be running from this side of the formation, right, and coming across. He gets right behind that second line of defense. And watch Tucker with this one-handed grab here. Kind of hard to see, but look, right here. Woo! I'm telling you, man, people were sleeping on Tucker Kraft's hands. They are. That's a hell of a grab.
And just as well, I love that Matt added the halfback shuffle there, halfback shuffle motion. Get Jacobs off of Jordan's hip. Let's get him outside, and you can get upfield immediately. But yeah, what a grab! I mean, right around Quay's ear hole. Good ball, good catch.
I think Quay was looking for that safety help. Was that Zane Anderson there, 39, a little late? Because it looked like Quay had him faced up, and then look at the ball placement.
It's insane, man.
I mean,
insane.
I think that's just freak athletic ability right there from Tucker Kraft, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad look from Quay there, I guess. I mean, especially considering he's just kind of getting his groove back in teams, right now.
Yeah, Tony Holman says I had to buy myself a Kraft jersey yesterday while in Green Bay. Jacob, I truly think they're sleeping on Tucker Kraft this year, man. I do.
They really are. I listened to multiple podcasts over the last week, and guys that I sincerely trust, not just fantasy, not just actual NFL commentators and stuff, have talked about how they think that Tucker Kraft is a top 5 tight end already, and that this year, depending on what could happen, he could break the top 4, top 3. I really do think he is that kind of guy. We dove into the metrics with if he were to get the same amount of targets as Brock Bowers did, who shattered that rookie record, who all had one of the best tight end seasons of anybody of all time. Tucker Kraft would have had more yards and probably better stats, which is insane to think.
It is nuts.
Yeah, I saw that chat, Bates. Me and Bates, no, we're in the same league, so I know what he's trying to do here. But
so Bates has a super chat here for those listening on the pod. Jacob, can you give us your top prospect for each round of fantasy? So Bates over there playing chess, not checkers, like just trying to get him to slip up just a touch.
Caleb Williams in the first for sure. Emmitt Smith is good, I hear. And
he was actually on Ross Tucker's pod today.
I actually heard that. It was yesterday, Emilio, but can't expect you to be
nice
on time.
Distraction there, Jacob. Just kind of deviate the conversation away from that, right?
I'm not giving up none of my trade secrets here.
Yeah, you're not
this
giving
is for
up
money. We're playing for money.
Thank you.
Bates for hey, let me hear your prospects.
I'm not going to, so quit asking.
Thank you, Bates. We appreciate you, buddy. All right, moving along here, back to the practice update. Romeo Doubs does it again with a 20-yard touchdown over the shoulder from Love. Outstanding throw to place it over Ballantyne. Sounds like Ballantyne has come back into camp too with his hair on fire a little bit. You can tell he sees an opportunity. You don't want to let it slip by, but this is one heck of a throw and catch from Jordan Love to Romeo Doubs. Similar placement. You're going to notice Doubs over here in this general area to the left. And watch Dobby bring this in. You'll see Ballantyne. I believe it's Ballantyne that jumps in the air. You just see arms flailing, and it just drops right in the basket. Right?
I just caught the ball.
I believe this is it. Did I get it crossed up? Nope, I got it crossed up. My bad, guys. Got it mixed up. This is actually our boy Matthew Golden. My bad. Here's the Doubs connection. Let me get this up here. Thought I had everything in line. You could tell I was running behind when I got in here today. All right. Here we go. Yeah, here's the Doubs connection. And again, this came out from Baz over on X. So watch him. You're going to see him kind of work his way outside.
There we go.
Look at that. Perfect placement on that ball from Love. And again, you'll notice Ballantyne at the end here. I mean, he's full extension. He just drops that thing right in the bucket. Unbelievable throw and catch there from Dobby. Again, man, he's continuing to flash. What else can you say,
Yeah. Rummy Rome in the house, watch your mouth. That's what you say.
It is nice to see, too, that Ballantyne was in position, somewhat, and just absolute perfect bucket drop, like you said. I mean, can't get mad at that from either angle.
he played it perfect. Valentine did. Like there's nothing else you can do really there. Just a great throw. And you're seeing Jordan Love this camp with a little more touch, it feels like, right? Which I think is absolutely huge for his game, the evolution of his game, I should say. So, yeah, we got Bernie in the house with the super chat. Thank you so much, Bernie. You're too kind, buddy. He says, love the PTA energy. Go Pack. Go. Hey, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. I think I know what you're talking about with the PTA energy. We try to keep things on the positive side over here. And, you'll hear we had a negative Nancy in the chat pre-show. And I'm pretty sure it was Big O again with one of his 75 accounts, because you always know it's Big O because he just rapid fires a bunch of negative comments one after another,
That's what Italy was, right?
Yeah. And it's funny, too, because when you get a group together like we've got here, what ends up happening is the turds kind of float to the top of the water and they really stick out. You know what I mean? Like you're like, yeah, that's a turd. Let's get him out of here. And we just do everything we can to keep the punch bowl clean. You know what I mean, Emilio? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Absolutely. We're not making jungle juice right now.
Dan Mullen, and thank you so much, Bernie. We appreciate that, man. It's very generous of you. Dan Mullen says, with the super chat, any player that you feel is on the bubble right now that you're hoping makes the team? That's
Malik Heath.
Yeah, that's a good one, Tim. I can't disagree with that one. Let's go around the horn with that. I'm going to put Emilio on the spot here. Give Jacob a second to think about it. Emilio, what player it's on the bubble? And, listen, on IR for the year doesn't mean they're on the bubble. You know what I mean?
No, I know. He's good. He's already on the squad. I'm not worried about that.
he's on the 54-man roster.
For sure. So, yeah, if I were to pick somebody, man, that's tough. I like
tough.
Tim's answer. I want water cooler there for sure. I think he's proven himself. He's got sticky hands just like Doubs. He catches basically everything that's thrown his way, and he's reliable, right? And Matt likes the way he blocks, his effort, all that.
Yeah.
Tim, I think I'm gonna steal that from you, bud.
That's okay. We can share it. It's
okay.
Cool.
I appreciate that.
So who was it?
Malik Heath.
Malik Heath. Got it. All right, Jacob. What about you, man? Who's yours?
I don't know if mine counts necessarily, but I would go probably Nazir Stackhouse. Would you consider him a bubble guy?
I think so.
Hey, I think so.
DFA is a bubble guy until he plays his way out of the
fair.
team.
That's very fair.
I think I'd have to go with him, man. I did see another one, Omar Brown. He's just done so much. It's a tough room to crack. That would probably mean that the man, the myth that doesn't exist, Mr. Zane Anderson, probably wouldn't make the team, something like that. I wouldn't necessarily love that, but I like the younger, more promising upside guy. So I'd say probably like an Omar Brown or a Nazir Stackhouse.
Mm-hmm. For me, man, it's tough because, last year I would have said Valentine, right? And they cut him loose, and now he's back on the roster, and I don't feel the same way this year. You know what I mean? Because it's like, all right, he obviously didn't have enough in the tank to make the roster last year. I don't know, man. Maybe it's a couple of names that come to mind for me is like say a Chris Brooks, although you could probably get him on the practice squad. I think there's a decent chance of that. When you look at the safety room, everybody's talking about Omar Brown, right? I worry that Zane Anderson is going to be the next guy that kind of gets the axe, and I'm going to be going, man, I really wanted to see him in an expanded role a little bit, even if it's just mop-up time. And I'm glad we get to see him in the preseason. But Zane Anderson, man, when he played last year, he surprised the heck out of me. And again, it was like it wasn't a whole lot of snaps, but boy, oh boy, did he look comfortable in this Jeff Hafley defense, man.
Yeah. What do you think about the Bull Melton conversation?
Yeah, and thank you so much, Dan.
Jacob.
Yeah, appreciate the super chat there, Dan. You are the man, buddy. Jim H says Bo Melton got some first team reps today. I'm telling you, man. If you really focus on like the local beat reporters and everything, every year they'll kind of tip the hand a little bit. Just being around the facility, you could tell when someone's kind of safe. And I wouldn't have thought this going into camp. I mean, you guys know how I felt. As soon as they said he was a cornerback, I was like, oh, boy.
Cheese curds make my stomach hurt all the time. But I do eat them, though.
But, man, it's feeling like he is, if you want to consider him a bubble, I think that's a decent, description of the situation. But also with Bo Melton, it sounds like he might be competing for a starting role, which is crazy to think about all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
If you watch an interview with him today on Packers.com, their YouTube channel, they asked him how he actually liking cornerback, and he's like, I actually really like it. Mm-hmm. And they asked, more than corner or more than wide receiver, and he said, they're different, but he said he's like genuinely excited that he's getting more and more excited every single day Like Ron says that he's talking with his brother, how he had played it in the past, how the PBUs is almost like scoring a touchdown for him right now, which is really cool. And how he really does think that when he made the move, he's like, man, it's going to take some time, blah, blah, blah. Like how Half said, it's a process. Don't be too quick to judge in either direction. And then he said, and then I started making plays, and I was kind of impressed by how many plays I've made. Now I've made a lot of plays, and it sounds like he is sincerely looking really good. Like, and one thing I actually wrote down. Let me. He talked about which me and Emilio, I believe, had mentioned how he thinks he has a little bit of an advantage because as he gets past the 5-yard marker, he knows that certain routes are not going to happen. As he gets to the 10-yard marker, he knows that certain routes are not going to happen. Based on the breaking points of where those routes would need to have already started. Mm-hmm. He gets to 15 yards, gets to 20 yards. He knows that they're doing nothing unless they're doing a go route. You know what I mean? Like he's got that kind of mentality of, I know what the route tree looks like and what they need to do to set it up. Therefore, he has a split second on most of these cornerbacks that are kind of reacting where he's looking at it through the eyes of the wide receiver, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Jacob. I was listening to that too. You think of just such little nuances of, hey, he's gotten past the 6-yard line. All right, I've gotten rid of a flat. I've gotten rid of this quick out. I've gotten rid of the quick slant. All right, I've gotten to 10. Now what's happening? I think that is super important. And the fact that he thought he was going to be kind of step behind on comebacks or hitches or anything like that. He's actually impressed himself about how he's in the dude's hip pocket the whole time, being able to make a play. Obviously, you're going to miss one here and there. But I think he really does I feel like he gets, he's happy about it, giddy about like being a corner right now, which is awesome.
Yeah. I love what Andy Monday says. He goes, Bo's making plays. Better call him Shakespeare.
Oh, I see what you did there.
See?
Andy Monday always raising the IQ of the silly little program. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, let's get back to the practice updates. And thank you guys so much for the super chat. Seriously, I don't want to use the whole show thanking you, but please understand we appreciate it more than you know. Edge defender Lucas Van Ness stuffed Josh Jacobs on a run play by overpowering his blockers. So not only are we seeing LVM beat both Anthony Melton and Jordan Morgan like drums rushing the quarterback, all of a sudden he's making his presence felt there against the run as well. Malik Willis' first pass nearly intercepted by safety Katano Ladapo, followed with a downfield strike to tight end John Fitzpatrick. Willis in the red zone, 2 of 4 passing, batted pass by cornerback Kalen King, dropped by wide receiver Will Shepard, a touchdown to wide receiver Julian Hicks. It was a tumbling catch, and short completion to wide receiver Cornelius Johnson. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. Kalen King, have we seen anything negative on him throughout this camp so far? It just seems like, he had the interception, right? Was that on family night? He had the interception. Tim, have you heard anything negative on Kalen King this camp? It seems like he's having a pretty good camp, right?
I agree. Yeah, I haven't heard anything negative or seen anything like firsthand. Of course, guys, when they break off into drills, a lot of times they'll have to do something, maybe repeat it once or twice if they, miss a step or something. That's just kind of the mantra with this team this year is getting right the first time every time. And if you don't, we're going to have you do it until you get it right. And we're not going to move on until we figured it out. And I haven't seen Kalen King making too many mistakes. So pretty positive camp for him this year, which is we're excited for, right? We were excited to, get a look at him last year. And I think he kind of, that kind of unofficial red-shirted rookie season, I think this kid is ready to play ball, and it shows. It does.
No. Yeah. MG Toe Legion in the chat says, I'm rooting big time for King. I am too, man. King's one of those guys that if he can return to that next to last year in college that he had at Penn State, man, he was a dog. He played the game so physical. Really, really would like to see him kind of take that next step. Also today, defensive end Aaron Mosby back from injury, batted a Willis pass. Later, a screen pass was deflected and nearly intercepted by Brenton Cox Jr. So Brenton Cox Jr. also seems like he's having a pretty darn good camp, man. We talked about he looks more physical. He looks quicker. He looks like he knows what he's doing. Last year, he proved, hey, I can play the run too, guys. If there's anybody on this roster that's earned more snaps in the regular season, it's our boy Brenton Cox Jr. There's no doubt about it.
For sure.
Ooh, yeah.
Coach Matt LaFleur did note, though, that more batted passes in practice due to less aggressive rushing. Okay,
right.
Meaning the guys aren't pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback, so they're just looking to get their hands up in the throwing lane.
Quarterback's got a red jersey on for a reason, right? You got to stay off of them. Matt was talking about that in his presser. Yeah, obviously we're not going after it. And he was also talking about, with Malik being able, when he scrambles and stuff, keep that ball up so you're not telltale sign that you're going to be running it. And then on top of that, him keeping the ball up, knowing that he's not really going to run it. The defense is coming at you, but training them not to leave their feet. You want to run through the quarterback. You can't do that right now, right? So you got to try to stop him on other ways.
Yeah, it's a great point. Cornerback Kalen King here again, guys. Broke up a deep 50-50 ball from Willis to Johnson. King expressed confidence in his camp performance. Listen, I don't want to harp on it too much, but it's kind of feeling like maybe that's my bubble guy that I want to see make the roster. Maybe that's the answer.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because, when you look at – let's pull up the depth chart real quick, and we'll get back to the camp updates here. When you look at cornerback, let's assume Nate Hobbs is ready for week 1, okay, and he doesn't start on the IR. You got Nate Hobbs.
BTA. You know what I'm saying?
You got Nate Hobbs, Keyshawn Nixon, Javon Bullard, right? You've got Carrington Valentine. Then it comes down to Bo Melton and Kalen King, right? That's
Unless
the next.
You're throwing Bullard in the safety room, right? Is that kind of how?
I don't see it that way. I see Bullard as a nickel corner. He's played number 1 nickel the entire camp. He played number 1 nickel last year, unless a safety got hurt and he kicked the safety. I strictly see Bullard as a slot corner who can play safety as opposed to a safety who can play slot corner. That's just going off of how the season ended and how they've lined them up during camp. And maybe you guys see that different. Do y'all see that different? Do y'all see Bullard playing safety instead of slot corner?
No, I agree 100% with your assessment on where Bullard's at. It's just the team is listing him as a safety. And it's
that's what I mean, yeah.
So there might be an effort on the Packers' part to kind of get him around and also being able to, play on the back end a little bit more for us. As the coverage, grade hopefully improves on him. But I'm with you, Clay. I think Bullard is best suited as just a smash mouth slot corner.
And I will refer back to last year when the depth chart originally released last year. I specifically remember them asking Matt LaFleur in the presser, hey, your depth chart came out today. He said, oh, did it? He said, just so you guys know, no one even asked me about that depth chart. That's what he said.
And
Fake news. It's fake news.
I could have sworn Matt said in his presser, not this one, maybe the one before that, Bull is still practicing both safety and nickel. Like they're still asking him to do both. He's a smart guy. He can do that. But he said that he is impressed kind of the way he's, working in the box and stuff like that.
Yeah. So my question to everybody is this, and this is how I answer whether he's a slot corner or a safety. Day 1, do you start Javon Bullard over Evan Williams at safety? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Day 1, do you start Javon Bullard in the slot, seeing that Nate Hobbs is outside, or do you bring in Kalen King to play the slot, or whoever's next on the depth?
Bullard in the slot. Yeah.
To me, he's a slot corner. That's you know what I mean? Because when injuries happen, Emilio, you're spot on, dude. Things are going to get shuffled around. I mean, it's going to happen. I think we will see him at safety at some point. But
I think kind of to this point, Clay, where Chris was, that's where I was kind of going. Slot corner is second hardest position to QB1, in my opinion. I think that's fair. You're asking the guy has to cover either a wide receiver or a tight end, size, speed. You got running backs out of the backfield. You've got motion. Half the time you're on the wide side. You got to hold contain. Are you in a flat? All these things. And on top of that, you're also learning safety. So that's where I'm like, I would like him to maybe pick one, but I also the Packers like the flexibility anyway. So why would they stop training a guy 2 ways if he can do that?
No, I think it's a great point, man. I do.
We saw that last year, right? He was thrust into that, that role, having to start a couple of times at safety, and he didn't look well because I don't think he was ready. I think he played a lot of slot, and when they called his number, he was, struggling a little bit. So I think there's probably an emphasis to kind of get him well-rounded,
Yeah. And speaking of thrusting, Respect Orange just says, Omer has a guinea pig farm, so he never runs out of things to throw. So there you go. Appreciate that update. Heard it from a fan right here. Kicker Brandon McManus. He was 4 of 6 on field goals today. All right. Missing from 47 wide right and 52 wide left.
Caught him.
Yeah, cut his ass. Overall camp record is 48 of 52.
I wish we knew the hash that he was kicking from, because I've been watching him, and I'm trying to see which one, because some of the misses. First of all, when this guy misses a field goal, it's by like 3 centimeters. It's
Yeah.
like
Didn't he hit the post today?
Yeah, or he hits an upright or hits the crossbar maybe. I mean, he doesn't miss by much. And again, it was pretty windy today. It wasn't like exactly calm out there.
Which is good practice. I'd rather him miss and hey, how did I feel on that crosswind? What happened? Did I lose it, near the post, or did I lose it right off the snap?
Yep. It's like sighting in that new rifle, right? You gotta dial it in. It takes a few reps, right?
Dude, that's the stuff he's gonna have to deal with in Lambeau again, I mean, listen, go pop in Madden 26, put it in heavy snow. Good luck even seeing the uprights. You know what I mean? So no, I'm with you on that, Amelia. I think it's a great point that you want it to be windy out there. Jacob, I don't know about you, but hearing Tim describe training camp, a little breeze blowing, does it not sound like heaven on earth, dude? Just out there in Green Bay.
It definitely does. Absolutely. I mean, Wisconsin weather is very unique, whereas one day it's the most beautiful place you've ever seen in your life, and the next it's just insanity and miserable. The summer's like that too. People think that, because Green Bay is quote unquote cold, it's summer hot. Is one of the most tropical, humid freaking climates for just about 2 or 3 months, but it is brutal. But when you get a good day, it is a great day. You got a little light breeze, that sun's hitting just right. Except for Canada, pumping a bunch of smoke into us. But I don't want to get into Canada again.
We appreciate that, Jake.
I just honestly, it is really great. And God, where did I see a
live look at Jacob talking right now?
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
Steve,
Coach has some bad news.
Is that a pirate? What the hell am I looking at?
It's Steve the Pirate from Dodgeball.
Dodgeball?
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's right.
Yeah. Coach Lentz says, what?
I'm joking. I've seen it. Jacob, carry on, for God's sake.
Coach Lentz says Ennis Rakestraw for Detroit is going on season-ending IR, Tim.
Damn.
So now Emilio's in the dirt.
We didn't
Tim's in the dirt.
He said, I'm glad we didn't draft.
We better put some bubble wrap on Brenton Cox Jr. I swear to Lord.
Oh, my God. We got breaking news. Unbelievable. All right, so practice ended with Malik Willis bullet pass deflected by cornerback Corey Ballantyne. All right, too old for this. There's a guy on our team who dresses like a pirate. I do remember that part now.
Yeah.
Such a good wasn't that the one that had the sound drop to that says "Listen up, crotch sweat, crotch stain"?
Yeah. Yes.
That was Rip Torn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
There it is. That's what I was looking for. So, again, Corey Ballantyne seems to be having a pretty good camp. I think he's probably going to end up being one of those practice squad possibilities. But you guys know how I felt about Corey Ballantyne before last year. It's funny, too, because the year before, I was like, man, Carrington does not look like an NFL corner his rookie year. Corey Ballantyne's the truth. Corey Ballantyne gets cut. Carrington Ballantyne is our best corner last year, so what do I know when it comes to camp? But those are your camp updates. That's going to do it for hour one. For those of you listening on the pod, we will see you on the other side for hour two, where we're going to give you Jordan Love updates, little Matthew Golden highlights as well, but we'll see you over there. We appreciate you.
For those of you listening on the pod,
welcome in.